give it a little more room and clear out a bit.
No.
Don't sass me.
So you're going up a little bit and then down.
We are on the road again, headed to another recovery. We've got myself. This is my cousin, I guess it would be. Cousin, Matthew. This is Uncle Frank's boy. He's gonna come hang out with me today. I got Dapper in the back. We've got Ben and Tiara, and I don't know who else went with him. They were already out in Eagle Mountain, so they are already on their way. They're probably actually gonna beat me there, because I gotta come all the way in from American Fork. And we got Mom and Dad and Uncle Frank are riding in Mom's Montero behind me. This one's not gonna need all these vehicles. It's probably just gonna be this one. Maybe we just do it with the 8.1 or Mom's Montero, but it's a Tacoma that's kind of sliding off the road. They're on a real steep hill. It's like, here, I'm trying to drive and do this. It's like that steep, and they're going up it, and they started to tilt off, and so they called for help. He said anything he was trying to do, just making it worse. So they decided to call in some professionals. We got the call from one of our other customers. He was the one in the blue F-150 that was stuck out in the sand that grenaded his front diff. That's the one where we drove out there right after our trip with Rory and Pritchett, and I drove all the way out and then realized there's no bolts in my driveline.
Where your front driveline bolts onto the transfer case, there's no bolts.
What?
Yeah.
Somebody stole the bolts out of my driveline. So we ended up pulling them out with Ben's 8.1, loaded on the tow truck, and hauled them into the dealership and got them fixed up. So this is one of his friends, and he suggested they call us, so they called us and we're headed out. We're headed out. I don't know if you guys know where Pony Express Trail is, or Simpson Springs on the Pony Express Trail. Those of you that are familiar with the Utah area, the Pony Express route, you know, was the old mail route that ran across the western United States. This is a really awesome section of the trail that goes from the Salt Lake Valley. It's actually Utah Valley, because it comes through Utah County, but it comes through Utah Valley all the way over just south of Wendover in Nevada. And it's a beautiful stretch of road that goes all throughout the mountains. There's tons of camping and trails out there, and Topaz Mountain and Simpson Springs. There's a fish hatchery out there. It's pretty awesome. So if you like recreating, you can find a lot to do out there. But we're gonna head out and give this guy a hand. Everybody say hi to Matthew. Hola.
At Steph and T and I in the 8.1. Caleb is bringing the blue diesel, and Mom and Dad are coming up in the Montero. We haven't had very many recoveries lately, so everybody's kind of excited to get out, and that's weird. The GoPro just shut off, and I don't know why. It's got a full battery and full memory card. Anyway, we got here to the old Pony Express Trail first. I think we got 1 mile of pavement, and then it turns to gravel, and then it's just bumpy gravel roads the whole rest of the way. So we're going to go ahead and drop the air pressure, not all the way down, but down so it's a bit lower, so it eats up the bumps a little bit better, rides a little bit smoother. So we got a little time to kill before they catch up to us. So we're not going to film that though, that's boring. So we'll see you later.
Yeah, that's what we're battling right now, is daylight. Dude, go sit down. Tepper, sit down. He's gotta be all up in everybody's business. Well, this part's kind of boring. I'll show you a little bit of the road, but it's gonna be a lot of dirt road before we get there. Well, you can still kind of see it's definitely getting dark, but we're still visible. Here's the turnoff. Alright, we just turned off the Pony Express route onto Flint Springs Road. I think these are the folks. You guys the ones? All right.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys coming all the way out here.
Yeah. So I got 2 more cars coming. They'll be here in a minute. I would love to get up there real quick so we have a little bit of shot before it gets super dark.
Sure. You want me to guide you up there? Or?
Yeah, if you want to jump in, actually. All right. So they're gonna come up here, and it's getting a little dark, but I think we might be able to get up there in time to get a little bit of footage. So hopefully we can see it in a little bit of daylight before it gets too dark. The recovery is gonna end up being in the dark, but maybe at least if we can get it on film, you guys can see how steep it is. All right, you can really see it there. All right, so we can see a little bit. Here's the truck. I don't know if you can get a comparison of me standing straight up. Here, I'll try to tilt the camera so you can kind of see. It's a pretty steep hill. And not only that way, but also this way. He's tilted quite a bit. And this stuff is loose. Look how deep this is. I mean, it's just loose. All right, cool. We got some footage with a little bit of light. Not as much light as I'd like, but enough you can see me in the camera. So we'll just start getting prepared to pull while Ben's on his way up. Got to lock in the hubs to put my truck in 4-wheel drive and all that. Yeah, that's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, so I started up there, and as I came down, it continued to slide into the gully. And so my friend, he barely even looked at me. We didn't even pull me out. And as you can see, it just kept sliding.
Yeah. Yep. I'll actually drive up to the right. Just winch your front end over.
That's what I was hoping he would do, but he couldn't even make it up in his Bronco with blockers. So, ironic part is, I've been up to this campsite before.
Well, if a Bronco with lockers can't make it up,
or at least he told me his lockers were on. He's not really an off-road too much.
I mean, I'm gonna make it up, but
oh yeah.
I just don't know if I'll have to air down or not.
Gotcha.
I'm at full air pressure. I haven't put it in 4-wheel drive yet though. So.
Sorry, man. You don't have to tell me.
No, it's good. This terrain, like, all right, for the people on the camera, this terrain is super deceiving. I want you to look at these types of rocks, okay? These are round. These are big ball bearings. That's all this is. It's like a foot deep of ball bearings. So,
back.
yeah, it's don't at all feel bad at all. Like, this is, yeah.
It's rough for sure.
It is not easy to drive through, as evidenced by a Bronco with lockers front and rear still not making it up the trail. So, once he gets up here, I'll lock in the hubs and we'll drive up and around. And I don't know if we'll use both or just one, but if it was more steep this way, we'd pull them both back on. But I think if I'm hooked up to the front, we can actually just pull it up. So
I like your shirt color. I love it. Quite a bit.
yeah, this is a shout out to Rick Murphy. He gave me this shirt, so I'm wearing it on a recovery. Thanks, Rick.
Like I say, even if we had to, we probably just notice the right, pull the rear end over, turn to the left, and back out.
Yeah. So I had thought, because he wants to come back down. I had thought about coming over here and just winching the nose, but there's a turnaround spot right there. So I'll just go up past, and if I got good traction, maybe we'll hook a short rope and just pull them all the way up. If not, we'll just winch with my rear winch and get it back on the road, then we can drive them. Okay.
Go all the way up, and we'll use the winch from up there. You don't have enough traction to pull it.
I've still got pretty good traction. I was thinking just sideways pull real quick.
You'd want to do it from right here then.
Yeah. And then we can unhook and I can pull up. And if we need to pull it up, I can.
Okay. Yeah, stay right there then, and we'll hook up.
Do you want a hard shackle or just shove it through there?
This won't go through. There's not enough room to go around this factory one either. Well, maybe I can get around this one. This one's nice and low too. Man, that's tight. They need to cut that hole out bigger.
He has hard shackles for his bumper. Here.
I'm through this factory one down here.
Well, but I already got this one.
This one's a little bit lower, and it's attached right to the frame. I don't
Just
know
set that
what
in there.
I don't know how well that's, especially for a side pull.
Tire's about on. You want me to unhook it now? And
Probably.
If we hook up a 30-foot rope, I'm going to be pretty much at the top.
I was gonna say just grease here and pull up a little bit, and then we can see if we can go to. I have some traction. But if you get about 10, 15 feet up,
I'm going to unhook it because it's on the other side of the sling, and then I'll move it back and rehook it. I don't know how much winch line I have safely.
You're probably good right there. Dad, you want to lock the winch in? It's on free spool right now. Oh, never mind, Dad. Okay, probably want to stop and put this up.
So that was a pretty good guess. I got out here and the red
was right there.
And I was guessing because remember we broke this winch line on that big heavy trailer,
So it got
and I retightened it.
Yeah.
Or retied it.
Oh, I
So
remember
it's
that
shorter.
one. I remember that.
Yeah, so it's and I was like, I think this is about all I got.
couple of lockers, or at least the rear.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
wait.
next. Oh, trust me, it's on the plans.
It looked like that hill was a climb, but you could tell that river rock, that was...
Yeah, that was
Big
those
ball
bigger,
bearings.
bigger ones really roll
Yeah.
out from under the tires.
Don't they
If it
though?
was more like gravel on top, probably
No
wouldn't
big
have been a
deal.
problem, especially
Yeah.
aired down. But yeah, that bigger stuff really moves out of the way.
Are you aired down?
Me? No, actually,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not even aired down yet.
Sorry, from what Ben said, I thought you might have been aired down. I was like, oh, we should air him up real quick.
No, I was saying even aired down, and still that stuff was just moving out from under the tires like it was nothing.
Yeah,
Super soft.
the diesel does really good on these because it's so heavy
Yeah.
that I just turn the tires slow and it just kind of boom, boom, booms and eats, and then it gets down under the big stuff, and then it just kind of pulls.
And the boom in the back, so it has weight on the bed, help, and 40-inch tires, that helps.
Yeah, that helps. It's sick as a Camry on.
It sounds bad, but they're just playing right now.
Yeah. I know how it goes, yeah.
Dapper!
None of those games.
Get off! I didn't know. All dogs were from Alabama.
Yeah.
Georgia now,
They were getting crackly on the radio, and I was like, oh, just call him, because I had full bars, and it went straight to voicemail. I thought, well, maybe he doesn't, but T's got AT&T like me, so I called her, and she didn't answer.
There are some areas out
But hers
here.
rang, so it's just because she hates me.
Well, we'll go ahead and end the video here, and
Thanks for watching.
go buy some shirts. Look how cool that logo is.
Yeah, go check out Murphy's Diesel.
Cool guys.
Or Fab Rats.
And Fab
Fab
Rats. We're representing quite a few here.
Yankum Rope.
Yankum Ropes.
Who else we got?
4.
We already showed
Another
that.
boar shirt. And another boar shirt. Boar
I
hats.
got a boar hat.
Yeah, we got that style,
Wait,
this
here
style.
we go.
Yeah, there you go.
I moved the sunglasses.
The embroidered ones, the ones with patches.
And I'm boring.
So, yeah. BentOffroad.com, BentOffroadRecovery.com. Get you some merch.
Thanks for watching.